Are you a disabled youth that struggled with getting a job? Or did you land the job only to learn it wasn't as accessible as you originally thought? If this is you, you're not alone. According to the 2022 Youth Transition Report, Outcomes for Youth and Young Adults with Disabilities, nationally there's a 15.4% employment gap between youth with disabilities and youth without disabilities. And in Pennsylvania, the gap is even larger. This probably sounds depressing, but don't worry. This video will walk you through some ways that you can improve your chances of staying employed and closing this employment gap. Thank you to the disabled youth who shared their experiences and perspectives to shape the content of this video. In order to receive disability accommodations at work, your employer has to know that you have a disability. We call this process of informing your employer about your disability a disclosure. Disclosing your disability is not a one-time thing. There is ongoing disclosure that can take the appearance of different supervisors and settings as well as requesting different or new accommodations. Together, we will go over how to successfully disclose your disability at work. There are several factors that can improve the outcome of disclosing your disability and getting accommodations at work. Individual success factors include being knowledgeable about your rights and having strong advocacy skills. Some employment success factors are effective communication with supervisors, at-work trainings, and learning opportunities at work that give you more job experience. And then there's societal success factors. These include employers having a positive attitude towards disabled people and employees having professional, social, and school supports outside of work. This video will explore how disabled youth can access better support in the workplace. We will cover when and how disabled youth should disclose their disabilities at work. We will also go over some ADA compliant accommodations and resources so you know what you can ask for at work and how to go about it. Finally, we'll go over asking for help. You will learn how organizations like Community Legal Services can assist in the employment process for disabled youth. I conducted interviews with two different individuals that identify as disabled youth and asked questions about their experiences with workplace accommodation success factors. While asking them questions about disability disclosures, I found that they both weren't confident in creating and executing a disclosure plan. Leon, a healthcare worker in Philly, rated his understanding of the ADA and his rights as a disabled employee as a 3 out of 10. And next, I'll be showing a little clip from my conversation with Leon. And then on the same scale, 1 to 10, how familiar would you say that your employers are with the ADA and your protections as an employee?
I'll give them a 6. I'll give them a 6.
Mm.
At the end of the day, I feel like they are definitely more knowledgeable than me because of their more extensive experience in the field and things like that, more professional experience. But I think when it comes down to like what those actual protections mean and how it's actually like enforced or anything, I'm not sure if they know that well. At least there isn't that much talk about it.
When it comes to disclosure, there are a few key things to remember. 1. You're in charge of what information you share and how much information you share to your employer. 2. While you can disclose your disability before you receive a job offer, it's best to disclose after you accept the job to prevent discrimination from potential employers. And 3, make sure to educate yourself on why you're disclosing and what, if anything, you're asking from your employer. While disabled youth may do everything right on their end, unfortunately, sometimes employers are not prepared to properly accommodate them. Deontay, another disabled individual, explained how he feels as though a lack of knowledge isn't always the issue. Instead, there's a lack of care and consideration. Employers are not taking disabled youth seriously. If any employer is not following the law, disabled youth have rights. They can file discrimination complaints with local, state, or federal agencies. For example, the Philadelphia Commission on Human Relations accepts and investigates complaints of disability discrimination and failure to provide reasonable accommodations. Legal services organizations like Community Legal Services of Philadelphia may also be able to help. Another option is to organize with your coworkers to create better working conditions. Under the National Labor Relations Act, employees have so many protections. You have the right to not only join a union, but to work with even just one other coworker with the purpose of improving your work conditions. Working together, you're also protected from retaliation and discrimination from your employer. Organizing is not as scary as it sounds. Even just writing a letter together or going to HR with a coworker about workplace conditions can improve your workplace and protect you from retaliation. It can be hard to ask for help or organize for change, especially for already marginalized youth. One societal level success factor is having outside of work support. Community legal services and other organizations can assist with disability related legal issues like reapplying for SSI, disability discrimination, and understanding disability leave policies at your job. If you need extra support at work or with finding work, there are job programs that can help. Spark, PA Office of Vocational Rehabilitation, and Community Integrated Services are three organizations in Philly that provide employment services for disabled individuals. Disabled youth have so much to contribute to our workplaces and society. With more resources, support, and understanding, disabled youth can thrive in the workplace. Okay, we covered a lot of information in this video. If you're feeling overwhelmed, no worries. You can always reach out to us at the Youth Justice Project at Community Legal Services for free legal help. Our phone number is 484 267 5740, and our email is yjphotline@clsphila.org. If you don't need legal help but would still like to learn more about improving those workplace accommodation success factors, you're in luck. I've compiled a list of resources that will be available on our website. They cover everything from self advocacy trainings to a list of ADA compliant accommodations based on your disability. It can be easy to get discouraged and feel like no one is in your corner, especially right now with big changes happening in our government. So take this as a reminder that there's a community of disabled youth and our allies that are here to support you.